And welcome back to the channel again. I have a Honda Accord 2.4. This is a 2010. It's not starting at all. It's not cranking either. New alternator, new battery. They replaced those two components, thinking that was the problem. The problem is still the same. There is no power in the instrument cluster, just a little bit, just flickering lights like this when someone inserts the key. And if they try to crank it, sometimes there is spark over here in this area by the battery. There is spark coming out here, just sometimes, not always. So it seems like the battery is dead. It seems like something like that, but the battery is brand new. All right, inside the vehicle here, I'm gonna see if I can reproduce the problem. Let's see the complaint. I see some lights right there, very strong light, but I'm gonna crank and see what happens. Nothing. All the lights go away. I'm cranking it. Nothing. All the lights go away. Personally, I don't think it's the ignition switch, and I don't think it's the starter, as some people told the owner of the vehicle. My friend is gonna crank the engine right now to see how it feels here in the engine bay. Ya. Una vez más. So now he's cranking it, but it doesn't even try to do anything. I can even hear anything on the starter, because the second time normally everything goes off. That's why they replaced the alternator right there, and they replaced the battery, and it didn't work. All right, the first thing I do here, I'm gonna check some grounds, just visual inspection, checking the terminals on the battery here. They look clean and very tight. They look clean and tight. The battery is new, as you can see here. See the ground here is very tight, nice and clean here. The ground 301 is there connected in the transmission, and it passes under the battery and the battery tray here. And I hardly can touch it here, and it looks very tight, but I still gotta check it. That's the ground that is suspected for me. That's the first ground that I suspect, because that's the one that prevents the vehicle from starting, or at least the instrument cluster going dim, very weak. In case if that ground wouldn't be good, that's the ground that goes to the battery here, alternator. That's the main ground basically that can prevent the vehicle from cranking, in case if it's corroded or loose or something. But here it's very tight. All right, what I'm gonna do right now is because I suspect there is a background, and this is the fastest way I have found to check grounds when I have a suspected grounds. The negative here and the negative of the battery, and I'm gonna connect the other end of the negative and the ground here. This is 301 ground. I'm gonna connect it here, and I'm gonna let my friend crank the vehicle and see what happens. Let me hold the camera, and my friend is gonna go to crank the engine. See, I connect it here. This is the nothing here, because if it's a background, the vehicle should have more power, or either it's to none. I connect it right there, but it cannot be seen. I gotta take this out to show that. I'm gonna be showing the location, even if that is not the problem. So let's see. But there is more power right now. The vehicle tried to start. See? Dele una vez más. Definitely the ground 301, that is the problem. The engine tried to start it the first time, but it couldn't do it, but it did it the second time, as you can see right there. So definitely the ground is the problem. 301. Now I'm gonna turn it off. Turn it off for me. I'm gonna disconnect it again. All right, turn it on for me. See, nothing. My friend is cranking it. It's cranking the vehicle, the engine. Do it again. Nothing. I hardly can hear some noises here a little bit. So nothing happens. I'm gonna connect it one more time. Take out the key for me from the ignition switch. All right. All right, I'm gonna connect it right there again. Okay, do it again. And there it goes. So definitely the ground 301, that is the problem in this case. And they wanted to replace the ignition switch, and they wanted also, some people said some people told the owner of the vehicle that the starter was the problem and they should replace it just in case. But that's not how it works. You gotta diagnose the problem. All right, we took out the battery here. As you can see, there is no battery. This is the battery plate here. I'm not gonna take that out. And this is the ground I'm talking about. This is ground 301 here, as you can see. We're gonna proceed to, not to replace it, we're gonna leave it right there, but we're gonna add another ground here so it can transmit power all over the engine. So this one, what happens is that it disintegrates and the bottom beneath there most of the time. It looks good, as you can see here. It looks good. I'm gonna get the camera a little bit closer. I'm gonna get this out. It looks good, as you can see right there, but it disintegrates sometimes in the beneath this tray. I'm just gonna add another ground right there and see if that works. That should work. All right, that's the cable I'm gonna be adding right there, ground. That's the bolt, and ensure to clean here first. That's gonna go beneath the battery tray, and it's gonna come here. We took out the negative for the battery. Now this one, I was showing this before, I think, but it's this one here. So let's see. That's the ground I'm gonna be adding here. This one here, it's gonna come here, and on this area, we're gonna add it right there. All right, I already added the ground, and that's the one that belongs here. It's on top of the one that we just added, right there. Let's see. It goes right there, here, as you can see, and it goes under the battery tray, and it lands there on top of the motor mount, transmission mount right there. You can see the old one is still there too, beneath. All right, I already installed the battery, as you can see here, and before putting the bracket here, I'm gonna crank the engine and see what happens. All right, crank the engine for me. And there it goes. So that was the problem. The problem has been fixed. The engine is up and running. This engine is running so smoothly, by the way. So everything is good. That was the problem. The ground right there, it didn't transmit power to the engine. Thanks for watching this video, and stay blessed.